As someone from the East Coast, I acknowledge my bias, but I believe this perspective is crucial to understanding the current dynamics in hip-hop. Over 10 years ago on August 14, 2013, Big Sean dropped Control featuring Kendrick Lamar. The verse Kendrick delivered sent shockwaves through the rap community. To many, it was a powerful proclamation that hip-hop is a competitive sport, but others saw it differently. Some rappers were cool with it, appreciating the call to arms.
I was like, I'm different. Like, I understand. Like, I listen to rap. It's the sport of hip-hop.
Nigga, rap is rap, my nigga. The nigga didn't say nothing about nobody's mother. Nigga ain't say he wanted the 5 minutes for nobody. He ain't say he ain't want problem. He said, these is my niggas, and I'm letting y'all know it's competition.
Others were hurt by not being mentioned or by Kendrick's energy in general and accused him of not really standing on business.
I almost wish he had come in there on that shit because I kind of lost like a little respect for the sentiment of the verse. If it's really fuck everybody, then it needs to be fuck everybody.
Fans were split. Some labeled Kendrick as a clout chaser while others praised him for bringing the competition back into rap. Now enter a young 18-year-old Joey Badass. Just 9 days after Control, he released Illuminati Part 2. His response: Joey expresses frustration at being omitted from Kendrick's list, showcased his lyrical prowess, and declared his readiness for lyrical warfare. But like many others, Big Crit included, he never got a reply. Fast forward to January 2025, Joey drops 3 tracks expressing both his admiration for the West Coast and his frustration with the excessive praise it's been getting. And honestly, I share that sentiment. Look, I'm happy for what the West Coast accomplished this last year, but it's time to bring the spotlight back to the East, where hip-hop originated. But even with those tracks, Joey didn't get what he wanted most, a friendly fade with Kendrick. That was until the Red Bull BET Cypher. Joey's verse there, especially with heavy hitters like Absol present, reignited attention. And let's be real, say what you want about Big Sean, and despite oftentimes being a subject of memes, people do listen when he speaks. What followed was a wave of responses from West Coast artists trying to spar with Joey, but it's been ugly. AZ Cheek got clowned, cleared, and called ass cheek with one line. Hitta can't even stay on beat. Daylyt, while he might have bars, gets drowned by terrible beat selection and bizarre cadences. Even if the lyrics hit, the songs are nearly unlistenable. One track referenced suicide, and while Daylyt later clarified it was aimed at Absol and not capital Steez, the fact that it was even in question speaks to a lack of lyrical precision. In rap beef, clarity matters. Being understood isn't a flex. Vaughn has been Joey's strongest competition thus far. His energy and production are decent, but man, his subject matter is ridiculous. This nigga's on the TDE channel talking about Diddy and Bukakis. Not only is this corny, but it's also misdirected. Joey is not Jay-Z. He doesn't have deep ties to Diddy. If anything, one could argue Kendrick does. He literally said on a song, P. Diddy is my cousin. Despite all this, Joey has been winning every round comfortably. And then came Crash Dummy. This track served as the final nail in the coffin for all the West Coast collective trying to challenge him. Joey flipped Tupac's Hit 'Em Up, one of the most iconic diss tracks ever, into his own. He changed the women's hook from get money to take money. His flows, his aggression, his ability to master the West Coast sound while being from Brooklyn. This isn't just beef, it's an exhibition of skill. I often say, to beat a superstar, you need a superstar. Crash Dummy was Joey saying, Vaughn, Daylyt, Hitta J3, and all you other West Coast rappers, you're not on my level. Let's break down some of the notable standout bars. You believe in God? Believe in TD East. Faith has always been an integral part in the black community going back to slavery. Gospel and spirituals were tools of resistance and survival. So if you believe in God, which 99% of the black community does, Joey's saying you believe in this movement. Like a bad doctor, I ain't got a lot of patience. Y'all niggas back on the clock, and anything past 24 hours is a shot clock violation. This is Joey applying pressure. It's a clever flip to Drake's back-to-back approach, giving his opposition a strict deadline. Joey dropped this track in less than a day after My Town, with high-level rapping, top-tier production, and punchy wordplay. And thank you for making it clear to me that dot scared, but yeah, I was at the party, but I also seen top there. These lines do two things. They establish that Kendrick is aware of the beef, and instead of taking actions into his own hands, he's sending his lackeys. Additionally, Vaughn has been heavily leaning into this narrative that New York and Joey should not be taken seriously because of the stain Diddy has left. But Joey masterfully flips this line and says, the guy that writes your check and plays an integral role of uniting the West Coast together has also been at those parties. Will you also denounce him? And honestly, Vaughn, I hope you know these Diddy's parties were not exclusive to the East Coast. He said, hey Joey, I got this artist named Vaughn and I really appreciate it if you would help me put him on. Joey exposes Vaughn for talking so big while his boss was literally asking him to co-sign him. How do you throw shade at someone while begging for a co-sign? And Vaughn has been leaning into this notion of you have no hits, but nigga, where is your plaque? Joey got the whole rap game and a headlock. He's not wrong. He's handling what feels like a 20v1. Drake wanted this kind of moment. Joey's actually living it. Scare money don't make no money. I could never go broke. Steady take your money. In addition to this course being radio ready, Joey's ready to risk it all. Unlike others, he's not afraid of the moment. He thrives in it. You thought you got dirt on me because I buried you? Double entendre. People are looking for dirt. He's already buried the opposition. Also, I thought this was supposed to be a friendly fade. Why are we digging for dirt? Why you keep bringing up pregnant women? Don't you got a daughter? Keep my wife's name out your mouth before you get Chris Rock. In friendly fades, family should be off limits. This was a corny Drake type behavior and Joey's calling it out. Cough, cough. Daylyt. We ain't duck his smoke. That's out. Bitch, this is hip hop. It's a J. Cole diss, so obviously I had to include it. He's the anomaly because us East Coasters, we don't duck no no fades. I do this shit for Big Pop and Pop Smoke. How many more New York niggas gotta die on y'all coast? And we still got mad love. Joey's pointing out that although East Coast rappers continue to die on the West Coast, they still show love. But the West doesn't just keep it to music and bars. On the contrary, they oftentimes resort to violence. And of course, he has some slight Kendrick disses. I pop out and show niggas how they hold niggas. I won't hesitate, but these niggas still won't drop like D-Talk. Anywho, ask myself, what would Kenny do? Have you ever thought that TDE was working for me? All of this culminates in a diss track aimed at the West while using West Coast tools to expose their weaknesses. It's like when Goku landed on Namek and effortlessly wiped out the Ginyu Force. It's now time to send out Frieza, or Kendrick in this case. I watched the German national team destroy the Brazil national team in a World Cup game live 7-1. I've also seen Luka Doncic go into the Phoenix Suns house in a game 7 and destroy them by 40 points. However, I've yet to see a belt to ass as bad as what Joey is giving the West Coast. And no, I don't want to hear no, he's on tour. Kendrick dropped like that while Drake was on tour. And don't tell me he already bested Drake. He has nothing left to prove. He chose this. He sent out his lackeys and they came back defeated. Hence why Joey calls them crash dummies. People sent out to handle business or a mission, but who fail spectacularly, oftentimes dying. This beef symbolizes so many things. East versus West. Kendrick's status as the West Coast savior and the real identity of the hip-hop's boogeyman. Kendrick started this with Control and then refused to stand on business when challenged by those of a Big Crit, a Joey Badass, and even when challenged off record by those of a J. Cole, a Drake, he pissed down his leg. And let's not ignore the deeper angles. Joey's a conscious black lyricist. If this battle continues, expect some uncomfortable truths to emerge. Collabs with Dr. Dre, Playboy Cardi, Kodak Black, and cheating on a black partner with white women. And topics surrounding Kendrick being a hotep. Issues like misogyny and authenticity and Kendrick's ethos will get questioned. And please, no more pre-recorded diss tracks. We let it slide with Drake because we needed him gone. But this is a genuine hip-hop battle, and Joey is leading the charge.
Y'all niggas back on the clock, and anything past 24 hours is a shot clock violation.